Put it in H. How'd you go?
Doesn't start.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. I want to do it, eh?
What do you reckon, buddy? You gonna go get it running? Let's go. It's another week. Oh, good boy. Put the hat on for mummy. All right, let's get it. Monday, it's a new week. So after I went home yesterday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, which was the end of the last weekly vlog, Rex actually stayed back and kept washing up a lot of the Barra stuff. So as you can see, he's cleaned up the front cover and stuff, and he actually cleaned up all the pistons and rods and that. So Rex actually did all that yesterday afternoon, which is awesome, before he went home and started mowing the lawn and the mower stopped, which is what you saw before. So you can see there, stripped and cleaned, which is great. So that'll be one of the main things I got to do today, is get all that stuff to the machine shop. So it's happening, particularly the heads for this thing. That's priority number one. But first, being Monday morning, is just literally emails, messages, replying to people's messages from all over the weekend, replying to emails, making phone calls, fixing up all the stuff that was wrong from last week. Like I got to get on a VCM and get a mathless OTR. A few other things I got to chase up this week. I got to make pretty much orders for most of the last things I need for this thing. Big order from Barra the World, big order from Zoo Performance, stuff like that. So spend a heap of money. But before we do any of that, we have to go pick up another car. To, I suppose, today's tune, you'd call it. After we've sorted a few other things out, we'll get stuck into it. Can you guess the car? Yeehaw! Finally finished the E85 tune on this thing now that we've got a new gearbox, but you'll see all that in the footage of this car. I freaking love this car though. Just a huge fan of the 4th gen Commodores, the VEVF platform. They're so freaking nice. They're nice looking cars. They drive so nice. They're so comfy. Especially the VFs are so nice inside, and they're strong as hell too. Rex had a VE that he end-friended off the Gateway motorway, and it was, yeah, crazy how safe those cars are too. Anyway, now I can go on with what I want to go on with, but while the sun's out, because there's a few clouds coming over, I want to get the HQ outside and do just a bit of a cinematic some cinematic footage for the next episode of this thing, because I really want to show the car off. So I'll do that before it potentially rains, and then I want to run it up on the dyno and get a baseline of the 186 before we get the VE on the dyno. Quick bit of rearranging so that we can run this thing up, get it on the dyno. Big old powerhouse. All right, get the big bad VE on the dyno now. Righto, sorted a few things out, paid a heap of invoices. Righto, loaded up. Quick stop at home for some shoes. One E85 pump and everyone wants to use it. Why? Why? Anyway, dropped all that stuff off at the machine shop, picked up some oil and a filter and stuff in the parts shop, and now just got to get some E85 for the VE, and then I'll be on my way back. Got that sniff in the car. As much as I love the smell of burnt E85, I actually freaking hate the smell of raw E85. I reckon it smells gross. Pick up some parcels on the way through, another turbo. So back right at the end of the 98 tune for this. Rex is pretty happy with it, so pump some air into it. All right, just gonna change over to our specific dyno wheels for this thing to finish off the tune and then put the E in it. But like them on and have some lunch. Gonna cruise down and get some photos of the old Tiger Mica VT shell. Got a bloke on Instagram that's been asking me about it for a while, so getting some photos of that. And putting the other tyres back on. Alright, I just got all the footage off my camera and sorted it into folders, and my word, I have some videos to edit. Holy crap. Just realised we forgot about a fitting that we need for this, and I thought we might have one in this bucket, but we bloody don't, which sucks. I'm gonna have to order that now and hope that it gets here ASAP. Oh, there we go. Get rid of the 98 so we can fill it with
Conji.
Ready to go on the E. Gotta make an order from Rocket. Just been watching the weather like a hawk as well for the QE. Make sure we get it inside if it starts looking like it's gonna rain. This is precisely why I really didn't want the VF and the QE here at the same time. That's why I wanted the VF done and out for when the QE got here, so that he could just take up that spot on the hoist so we wouldn't have to worry about it, but it didn't work out like that. Anyway, it's just a frustrating consequence of our facility, really. Would really like to finish the set off soon, but I think it's going to be a while till we can afford that. So at the very least, once the dyno's out in its own cell out the back, we get this whole drive-through bay back, which will help a huge amount. We've got a family of ducks that are nested down in the gully. There was 8 ducklings, and all of them survived, and they're all like grown up now, and they sort of just chill around the place, which is sick. So there's some ducks around. Anyway, this thing appears to be approaching the limit of our single retarded dyno, and we've got the retarder too hot, so now we're going to wait for this to cool down. Bit of rain, got the kiwi inside. She's got a little bit of drop on her, but got her inside before it got heavy. Alright, looks like the rain's fairly set in, so that's it for the dyno for today. I noticed going through some stuff here that Crow actually missed a few things on one of our orders, which is for that LS in there, which is a bit of a pain. It's alright because we have another one that we can rob it from, but yeah, a few things I ordered like multiple of, and they'd only packed 1 in the box, so I'm assuming that they just mistook it, didn't look at the quantities and only chucked 1 in and thought it was good, but the rest of it all seems to be there. So anyway, Rex is cracking on with that LS, so we'll go in and film a little bit while he does that, and then I'm probably just going to edit a video for a little while before I head home. It's about 4:30 now, so. Alright, managed to crack through most of a video, which is sick. Cracking along with this, but we're about to head home. Alright, 5:30 and we're heading home. Tuesday. Got another exporting. Rex just been cleaning up these LS pistons for the LS3. Finishing off this thing. Move that stuff around because that is going on there once that is done soon. Alright, sorted with this. Get this thing on there. Actually got the upload sorted and the members early access out early this time. What a time. Getting ahead of editing and uploads, which is crazy. Alright, 240's finally somewhat sorted. For now, sorted enough. Going home.
It is.
Righto, got the boys loaded and gone and the kiwi inside all before the storms. Alrighty, quickly drop this back off where we got it from. Man, I really do love this thing. How good's that? 2 cars gone in 1 day. Anyway, now I've got to head over and pick up the LS heads for the LS3 for the VF. Alright, back again with these heads, and all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock and that's another day gone. Time just flies. Alright, I'll clean these up so that they're ready to go. I forgot that we're actually going to lap the valves on these things. Just give them a quick lap up, so not much point in washing them actually, so that's one. I'll lap them in the morning and then wash them after that. Alright, Wednesday. It's funny, the shed looks almost empty with only 3 cars in it. Remember we could only fit 3 cars in it? It's too early for Rex to speak on anything. Anyway, I forgot to film much yesterday afternoon, but after not washing those heads, we just helped Dad put up a couple of beams down there for the new shed and then went home. It was about 5:45 when we got home. So. Back here this morning, got another tune to do today. The boys yesterday must have turned the converter on the ute. Now it's done away on the floor. Man, this thing's cool. Well look, the ducks are up here. Hey ducks. Rex is just lapping up these valves. Look at that. Here I was thinking I'd never see this thing again. OGs will know. OGs will know, won't they, Dan?
She's back.
She's back. Alright guys, I didn't get a chance to film anything. It turned into another one of those days. The VR was meant to be coming out just for a tune, and it turns out that the lines for the turbo system were just run all wrong. Like heaps of stuff had to be sorted out on it, and it ended up not even going onto the dyno until after 11 o'clock. So days like that where you're racing the clock was just sort of busting ass to get stuff done. Here's your little Flynn. Anyway, it's Wednesday, so it is the day that's Mrs. goes and tutors a local young kid here, so I come home early to look after Flynn. So we're chilling this afternoon. I had to leave the VL in Rex's hands. Rex managed to get that LS together, except for we're still waiting for the front cover that we're waiting on from Kiloboost, which fingers crossed is here tomorrow. It's one of those things, if it's not here tomorrow morning, we can't afford to wait for it anymore. Like obviously with our facilities, we can't afford for that VF to just be sitting there for any longer. You know, we need to get the HQ done and to fabrication. That's the other thing, the gearbox for the HQ. I spoke to the gearbox guy today. It's not ready either, the gearbox. So we don't even have a gearbox for the HQ at this point, and the VF still isn't together, and we need that space to get started on the HQ, which has to go to fabrication in 2 weeks from today. So we've got to get the VF done and then have a whole HQ barra swapped in 2 weeks. ready to go to fabrication. It's just insane. So, you know, obviously we can't afford to just wait for this front cover for another 2 or 3 days because we literally can't afford the time. So it's very frustrating to try and deal with that at the moment. I'm so over it. I'm just so incredibly over everything at the moment when it comes to that. That all being said, the reason the gearbox isn't ready is because he was waiting for a part, and he's sort of in the same boat we are with trying to get parts from people that it just doesn't happen. It's not happening at the moment. Everyone's blaming COVID, but I don't know. But either way, it's just making things so hard. How is it already Thursday? And that thing is still not together, and this thing is still together. Another one of those weeks where you hit Thursday and it feels like you're 4 days behind already. Anyway, so Rex kept going on with the VL yesterday afternoon. They ended up cracking 600, just over 600 wheel. Before that was the limit of those split fire coils that were on it. I was making a YouTube video for it, but the amount of stuff that had to get worked on and fixed, it just ended up too hectic. I didn't even film anything, so no YouTube video for that one, unfortunately. But we sort of knew it was either going to be the coil packs or the alternator or the clutch, and it turned out it was a bit of both. You know, they found the limits of the ignition, but the voltage was starting to drop too. So maybe with some more voltage, the ignition would hold on a bit longer, but ultimately that ignition is not going to handle sort of 700 horsepower. Neither do I think the 3-inch exhaust will either, but that's something he's going to have to sort out later on. But anyway, they got it sorted, took it for a quick test drive, and blew third gear. That thing was still just an RB25 manual box. We knew it was going to be marginal. We know those boxes don't like that sort of power. And yeah, sure enough, test drive out the back here. Third gear decided to exit the building. So found the limits of the gearbox as well. So anyway, but at least the car sort of got retuned for the most part. So anyway, that was that yesterday. Rex ended up getting back at about 6. So yeah, here this morning to continue, keep on keeping on. Right, so Rex has had some nonsense to go sort out this morning, so I'm taking the opportunity to try and get another video edited for tonight, and obviously do just emails and general office crap, catch up with that. I've got to lodge our bass too for the quarter. So I'll spend the morning sorting that out, and I'm hoping that by the time I've sorted this stuff out and Rex gets back, that this front cover is here for this LS so that we can get it together and get it in the car today. Got other people chasing me for photos of other cars I've got here and stuff like that as well, which I'm trying to get to, but we're just so freaking busy, it's not even fun. So, just getting some more photos of this thing. The guy that we tuned the red burnout wagon for, you would have seen in the last weekly vlog. He's actually might be interested in buying that, so the owner of that was the donor car for the LS1 GU Patrol we did, so that's owned by the guy that owns the VE wagon that was in the last weekly vlog as well. So he's looking to sell that, and old mate's looking to maybe buy another one, so I'm trying to set that up for them too. So friggin' hot today. Did manage to get a video edited though, so I'm going to upload that. Alright, upload sorted early again for our members, so it feels good to be on top of editing at the moment, particularly considering how busy we freaking are trying to get all this stuff done. So anyway, it's a pretty big deal at the moment to actually be ahead with the editing and uploads and stuff, and actually getting uploads out on time, because there was a few weeks there where it was really difficult for me to do. All right, made a quick Instagram post of the mighty VL from yesterday, and now I'm going to shoot into town, and hopefully our front cover is there for this LS, and fuel up the car, and fingers crossed it is, and we can continue on with our day. That would be amazing. Hallelujah, this is what we've been waiting for. Express posted, huge thanks to Kiloboost. Let's get this done. Also got a torque converter for the V6 Commodore, which we won't even bother talking about. All right, look at that. Let's get it. So I just got to finish a few quotes and stuff and actually lodge our bass and that. And hopefully by then Rex is back, and basically rest of Thursday today. Tomorrow, it's just going to be pretty much balls to the wall. Get this thing back in the car, get the car back together, get everything back together and finished off, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get this thing on the dyno tomorrow, and we can finally start on this beautiful long roof once that's together and off the hoist. Rex also grabbed the rings for the Barra from the parts shop, which is awesome. It's been a massively full-on thing trying to get all the parts for this thing, particularly it's COVID apparently, but just trying to get parts for pretty much anything at the moment is just wild. It's no longer a matter of getting a supplier and just, this is what I want, sweet as, I'll have it in a week and a half or something. It's not like that anymore. People literally at this point just cannot get things. Stock is starting to dry up. People can't get more stock. To do this barra build, to get parts, we've had Barra of the World on board, which has helped out heaps, but even they can't get a lot of stuff that would, you end up hunting around for stuff wherever you can get it from, whoever's got stock, whatever you can do with. And it turns into a way more expensive exercise because it's no longer paying what you want to get the stuff from who you want to get it from. It's paying what you have to get it from whoever's got it. And it's just makes things so expensive. It takes out so much of our margins. And it's another thing like I was talking about in the last week in the life, where these sorts of projects we're gonna have to start probably not taking on so many because we just don't make enough freaking money out of them anymore. How bloody good. Uh-oh, this is not what you want at this point, is it? So we've run into a little issue with running this combination of parts. It's funny, when you start a business, you come across these sort of problems heaps, and then sort of just as you do the work more and more, they come less and less. And it's been a little while since we came across an issue like this late into a job. So it's pretty good. At least we caught it early. A little bit of an issue with a combination of parts that we now know for next time. But yeah, unfortunately, engine had to come back out, which was, we hadn't got far with it in the car, so that's okay. But it's pretty much put a halt on us trying to get this done this weekend. It's not actually even that. We ordered some O2 extensions for this thing. Well, we keep them in stock anyway. But what we've actually realized when we were starting to fit the pipes, once we got the engine in, which are prick as well, gonna have to, yeah. It's a bit of a Tetris game to get them pipes in. It's gonna be wild. But the VF Series 2 O2 plugs are actually different to any of the previous Commodores. They're actually the same as the HSVs. So they're actually the same as the LSA O2 plugs, which we don't have any extenders for, like an extension harnesses. So ordering them, we ordered them this afternoon, but they're not gonna be here until next week anyway. So that sort of puts a stop on this thing. We should be able to still just chuck bungs in the pipes and get it running, and maybe, well, not anymore because of this, so it's a moot point actually. But anyway, we'll have this sorted and have this thing back in there tomorrow. But it is just a pain, hold-ups like this. As far as having the wrong parts and being able to get parts, there's not really much we can do about that sort of thing. So. All right, so we'll sort that out tomorrow. Friday. All right, so this morning I'm chasing up stuff for this again, gearbox and that for this, which still isn't ready, but hopefully be ready soon. Everyone's like just so under the pump at the moment. It's weird that we're in this weird time of COVID and everything's meant to be an economic crisis and everything, but everybody in this industry, in the automotive industry, is absolutely under the pump, snowed under, just like us, and it's crazy, it's wild. So been talking to the gearbox guy to try and get the right measurements to the converter guy to get the converter done and everything else. So I've got to get some measurements for that for him, and sorting out some orders for parts that are going out. Rex is sorting out the issue with the LS3. He's chasing that up with a friend that has a lathe to try and sort that out for us. So there's always so much to do. I need another Rex and I need another me. If there was another Rex here and another me here, we would be pumping along. All right, so pretty much sorted what I wanted to sort out before, and Rex is still away getting stuff for this sorted. So while I wait, I've had this idea for ages. You've probably noticed from watching videos all the time that this situation is just getting out of hand. It just keeps on getting out of hand. It just keeps getting more and more stuff piled up. We keep obviously accumulating more tools as you do, and some of these drawers are just getting fairly full and annoying because like they get caught up, stuff falls down the back of them and you get caught up and you can't open the drawers and stuff. So I do have like a little top box. This used to just be my toolbox for at home back in the day, which is now just sort of sat here all the time. It's full of tools, which isn't really particularly necessary at the moment, but it'd fit perfect on that roll cab as like a top box. So I'm thinking about clearing that off, putting my toolbox on top so that we have heaps of extra toolbox room to actually keep a lot of this stuff in. My original plan was to try and get a roll cab for that could live pretty much in here and be dedicated engine room tools, but we're just getting so crowded with crap out here that I feel like it'd probably be better off on top. The only thing I'm worried about is this roll cab. It's not too bad. Here comes Rex now. It's not too bad, but I'm not sure how it's actually going to go with the extra weight. It's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, but we'll find out. All right, look at that. How good. A little bit more toolbox and another thing off the bloody floor. Quick little sort that out. Rex is back with the solution to the engine, which is in there. That's all good. And I've just had a call. Got to go pick up some stuff that's been delivered, which is awesome because we've been waiting for that too. Righto, Dad's finished mowing, so HQ can go out. Rex has got this ready to go again. Ready to go back in the car as soon as we've had some lunch. Lunch. So basically at this point, you'd say that that little exercise cost us pretty much a day for the most part. Obviously not both of us working a day, but slowed the project down pretty much a day at this point.
Yeah, it's now lunchtime.
Lunchtime Friday. So again, it is what it is. Like I said, you come across it more often when you start and then they get less and less, but this is the first time we've had to deal with something like that for a while, and now we know for next time. But anyway, back on track. The pressure was sort of off anyway because we don't have those O2 extensions, so the car couldn't have been ready to pick up this weekend anyway. So anyway, we'll just crack it over the weekend. Smashed out a pretty good afternoon on this thing. Got quite a bit done really, and pretty stoked with it. But about 5:45 again, Friday afternoon, so time to head back home again. We'll come back in the morning and keep on trucking. Oh, Saturday morning, hang out with the fam for a bit. What are we doing, buddy? Hanging out? Getting up to mischief? Go, buddy. This is a pontoon we got for the dam. Should be pretty cool. We get that happening. It's just covered in duckweed, so we'll let it dry out so we can clean it up and get all the duckweed off it before it goes in the dam. All right, keep on going with this. The plan is to hopefully only do a half day. So I was gonna go for a drive this morning and get some ATF for the gearbox in this thing because we don't have enough to fill it, but we can't start it until the manifold goes on when the O2 extensions get here anyway, and you need to run it to get the gearbox filled properly. So that, and I haven't heard back from the machine shop about the Barra stuff, so there's not really any point in going for a drive and wasting a drive when probably early next week when this Barra stuff's ready, I'm gonna have to go get it anyway. So it's not really an advantage. So I'm gonna hang out here and finish this off with Rex for the morning and worry about going for a drive to get ATF once the Barra stuff's ready next week and do it all in one hit, hopefully. Exhaust on. Yeehaw. All right, well this thing's pretty much at a stalemate until we get some more stuff on Monday and make some more calls. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this thing for Saturday. All right, just had a big clean up. Cleaned the place up a bit, got rid of some rubbish. And that's it for our half Saturday pretty much. Get ready to head home. I'm gonna go do some stuff that's not work for once in a very long time. But with that at stalemate and this not able to go on the hoist because of that, it means that tomorrow afternoon, we'll do another half day, probably tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, which means we can actually finally get some shit done on this freaking Beamer.
Where are we going, buddy? Where are we off to? Yeehaw. Something that's not work.
Little family stop down the water and all, eh, buddy? Hey? Yeah, we go down the water and I'll have a swim.
Oh, it's close enough, right now. Except the northern replacement.
One's out here doing the bookwork again. Getting it done, boy. Quick wash of the car. We're gonna have some waffles, aren't we, buddy? Yeah. Uh-oh. So we went to Bunnings and spent a heap of money. Oh, jeez. All right, so we've got ourselves a Cipro saw because we've been needing one forever. And it's actually, we really need one for this Beamer to cut it up. So I finally got a Cipro saw added to the collection. Got a good light that actually uses batteries, so I don't have to wait for it to charge. We really need a good light. And we really needed to replace our rattle gun because ours is, it's pretty screwed. It's done a good innings. It's been really good for a long time. But it's got this thing where like the batteries must just rattle out enough that it loses the contacts and stops, and it's getting annoying.
But it's very weird. It only does it with the 4 and the 5.
Because they're heavier batteries.
Yeah, okay.
I think. Anyway.
I've tried holding it in. It's weird.
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't work. But either way, like a lot of people rag on Ryobi, and granted they're not the best on the market. It's not like we're on a job site where we're using them flat out all the time every day. Like for a workshop where you're using things every now and then. The Ryobi stuff for us has been really good. In fact, I've actually used one of the drills when I polished the TI wheels for my R31. I must have had that thing going full ball for a good 4 hours while I polished them wheels with a polishing thing on the drill. And I just, for a good 4 hours solid, I just had that drill loaded up, polishing wheels, and the thing just kept going. We've got 2 of the drills, and at the time I was like, I'm gonna see if I wreck this thing. I wasn't really that worried about it. I didn't really care because we had a second one. And yeah, the thing kept going. So I was actually pretty impressed by that. And for us, the Ryobi stuff's been really good. Obviously, we use the Milwaukee 12-volt stuff, but for the 18-volt stuff, we just stick to our Ryobi because it's cheap and it works for us. Anyway, that'll add it up quick. A couple more batteries, which I'll charge up now as well. So we had planned originally to do sort of the second half of today on the Beamer after we had waffles this morning. But after deciding to actually make the trek out to go to the shops, we're back fairly late. It's already like 3:15. We got heaps of stuff to do around the house, so we're gonna load the ladder up in the car and take it home, clean out the gutters, and obviously move that mower that you saw at the start of this episode. Actually move that under the shed and do a bit of stuff around the house. And the way things are at the moment, because we're waiting on parts for that, and while that's on the hoist, we can't start this until that's done and off the hoist, and we can't finish it until parts are here. It means that tomorrow, obviously, there's other stuff we could be doing in the engine room and stuff, but you know, we're not going to be working on this, we're not going to be working on this, so tomorrow we're just going to get stuck into this. So we've got heaps of time that we can be spending on it tomorrow, which will make up for today, and we'll just have a freaking day off, pretty much. That's the plan. Old versus new, eh? Woo. This one's got 3 bloody speeds. Don't even need a torque wrench. Can put a whole engine together, eh? Look at that. We got, we've got rod bolts, head bolts, main bolts. Done. Woo-wee, look at that. That is gonna be freaking awesome. We desperately need some good lights. Check it out. You can bloody hang it off that hook. It's pretty skits. It's even got a bloody receptacle for 24 volt, or 240 volt I should say. Oh, what the fuck? It's cracked. What? Oh, that's fucking shit. Right, so you can't open it with a battery in there, but it's actually got a receptacle for the power, which is pretty skits. Bloody cool. Breaker open, pointer anywhere. Bloody, you can even hang it off that. That's skits. Anyway, pretty sure we can deal with that crack. It's not too bad. What's going on, Ryobi? What's the bloody go?
It's pretty crap.
That's pretty crack. We Ryobi, can you send us another one? I really don't want to have to take this back from where I just bought it because it's such a long drive and we don't go there very often. God damn it. Might just have to tape it up or glue it up or something. Anyway, apart from that, looks good though. Oh, I can see so much. Oh, I can see a bit more. Oh, that's hectic. Hectic. Oh, get a bit whiskey going down the hill, buddy. Righto guys, so we couldn't get the poor old mower moved. There's nothing to disengage the hydro stat, the bloody fluid drive. Anyway, it's just couldn't move the freaking mower because it's locked solid pretty much. But Rex got the gutters cleaned out, which we've been meaning to do for literally months. So that's good. But anyway, I was just editing a video. We realized we didn't have any cheese for dinner tonight, so I ducked out to get some cheese. But I'm gonna head back home now and just finish editing this video, and that's gonna be the end of Sunday and the end of this week. And that's my second week in a row of documenting my week in a life. Pretty over it, honestly. I don't really want to do another one, so I'm not going to. At this stage, I haven't even released the first one yet as I'm filming this, so I don't even know how they're going to be received, but let me know how you like them. It's just a good little window into how things are progressing, I suppose, for you that are actually that interested. Like I said, I do plan on doing more of these for members only, but I'm not going to do a lot of them to be released to the entire public, is the idea. But, you know, next week, I've got to go pick up the gearbox for that HQ, and I've got to go pick up the diff. Hopefully it's finished and ready to go, and hopefully I can line them up to do them both in one day, so I can only lose one day throughout the week. So, you know, I hope the week's going to go pretty much tomorrow, Monday, get some stuff done on the Beamer, Hopefully by Tuesday the gearbox is ready, and hopefully the diff's ready as well. If not, I might line it up for Wednesday or something, and hopefully, you know, tomorrow afternoon we have the stuff ready for the VF, so that can be getting tuned on Tuesday, and we can get stuck into this HQ later on the week, because as of Wednesday we'll have 1 week to get it ready for fab. But Ryan, who's doing the fab work from Elite Fab, he's an incredible fab guy, but he's actually, we're pretty good mates. He's pretty flexible, I'm pretty flexible, so if we need it till the weekend next week, we'll just have to keep it till the weekend to get it done. So that just is how it is. But as you can see, it's pretty hectic. This is pretty much what my life's been, week in, week out, for the past 11 months since I moved here. 10 months? Yeah, 10 months since I moved here. So it's pretty wild. I'm hoping that I can start doing a lot more of what we sort of did today, and which is not working every single day. That'd be nice, but we'll see how things go. We'll see how the business progresses and stuff, and see what changes we need to make around Christmas time, I think. Reevaluate what's going on, and sort of see where we need to make changes to get to where we want to be. It's the thing with business, is it's always evolving, everything's changing, the goalpost is always moving, the processes to get there are always moving. So anyway, that's just it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Drop a comment, smash like. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out, see you, bye.